Paramashivam Nithyananda 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 Paramashivam
Connecting with the divine with your eyes closed is meditation. Connecting with the divine with your eyes open is darshan. Come, let us all now move from meditation to darshan. Slowly, very slowly, please open your eyes.
Nithyanandane Anandane Nithyanandane Anandane Nithyanandane Anandane Nithyanandane Anandane Nithyanandane Anandane Nithyanandane 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 அடிமுடி காணாத கண்ணாமலைநாதனே ஆனந்த உருதாங்கி அவனில் உதித்தவனே அடிமுடி காணாத கண்ணாமலைநாதனே ஆனந்த உருதாங்கி அவனில் உதித்தவனே ஜோதிமலை தனிலே சுயமாகி நின்றவனே ஆதி குருநாதனே ஆனந்தனே ஜோதிமலை தனிலே சுயமாகி நின்றவனே ஆதி குருநாதனே ஆனந்தனே ஆனந்தனே நித்யானந்தம் 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 நித்யானந்தம்
சம்பந்தன் பாடிய சங்கரன் சதாசிவன் Kailasa's Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalaya. Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Brahmotsavam is the main Brahmotsavam of Kailasa's Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalaya. It is a 17-day celebration of the living Paramashiva here in Adi Kailasa, Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva. The Shiva who is worshipped by Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, Nithyanandeshwara. Paramashiva is Avyakta, the unmanifest, and he is also Vyakta, the manifest. Yet he is available to us as a deep breath of fresh air. Paramashiva is the one who is beyond all dualities, all good, bad, all genders, all tendencies and moods. He is the most pure and he is completely untouched. But his compassion brings him down to our human plane and takes us from wherever we are to Paramashivoham. This Brahmotsavam is a celebration of his glories, leelas and manifestations. All temple festivals are utsavams. The most important one is called the Brahmotsavam. The word utsava denotes an act of creation. If we study the features of the Brahmotsavam, we will find that more than any other festival, the Brahmotsavam would essentially be a festival of recreation. Overall, the Brahmotsavam is an utsavam or festival organized by the cosmic creator Brahma. The choicest cosmic arrangements are made by Brahma for all the multiple dimensions of the cosmos to celebrate the manifestation of Paramashiva himself. This Brahmotsavam happens in the Tamil month of Kartike. The main Brahmotsavam is a 10-day festival where the apotheosis is the festival that happens when we celebrate the very enlightenment of Paramashakti Nithyanandeshwari. In this Brahmotsavam, we see Paramashiva as the cosmic being who manifests to enlighten the multiple dimensions of the cosmos. He literally graces every day and manifests a different loka. On the first day, he manifests and gives enlightenment to Nandi and graces on the Adhikara Nandi Vahana. Today is the second day. He, on this day, liberates all the lokas and all the Swarga Loka, which is run by Devendra, God Indra himself, and all the Devatas. With gratitude and deep devotion, all the Devatas today offer to him the Indra Vimanam, and he will grace today the Indra Vimanam in the Arunachaleshwara temple on the silver chariot. Indra, the lord of Swarga of heaven, is always losing to some demon or the other and having to ask Paramashiva for the rescue to have Swarga back in his hands. Paramashiva today enlightens Indra and gives him the Kailasa Padavi. It is on the second day Paramashiva gives the Paramashivatva to the Devatas and expands the cosmos. The Indra Vimana is the pride of the Swarga Loka, the spacecraft, and it is offered at the feet of Paramashiva by Indra with devotion and surrender. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam says, Swarga is not the heaven ordinary human beings understand. Swarga, understood by you, time-space elasticity, elongation, possibility. When your space behaves with elasticity and manifests your time, either by elongating it or shrinking it, you manifest either Swarga or Naraka in you.
அகமதை ஆட்கொண்ட ஆனந்த நாயகனே வாழ்வதை ஆசையாய் தந்தவன் அகமதை ஆட்கொண்ட ஆனந்த நாயகன் ஆனந்த வாழ்வதை ஆசையாய் தந்தவன் இன்னல்கள் நீக்கிய இன்பங்கள் தந்திட இகலோக குருவாக வந்த நித்யானந்தனே இன்னல்கள் நீக்கிய இன்பங்கள் தந்திட இகலோக குருவாக வந்த நித்யானந்தனே நித்யானந்தம் 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 நித்யானந்தம்
We are now witnessing the Deeparadhana being offered in the Arunachaleshwara temple. The Utsav Vigraha, or presiding deity of the Utsavam, is an extension of the source deity of the temple. He comes from the temple to our very doorstep and graces our family and the community and showers all the auspicious blessings. Paramashiva himself comes house to house and goes around the temple and on the Arunachaleshwara hill and graces all. He comes in various alankaras, recreating the divine place and gracing all with the same blessings and manifestations of divine mercy and divine love. The blessings and presence and grace of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nityanandeshwara Paramashivam, we worship connecting with Paramashiva through the form of his Nijavatara. Offering worship to him, thereby merging in him, is the essence of life and the ultimate enlightenment itself. When we see the rituals of celebrations in the presence of Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, the multiple possibility of enlightenment is reawakened in the cosmos for all of us. The compassionate work of the Guru to lead us to enlightenment is done, and the possibility of our conscious breakthrough manifests powerfully in our lives. Rituals are the strong nuclear force of deities. They are powerful initiations where we can experience the deity as a consciousness, as a reality, as a phenomena, like the air that we are breathing, or by a unique smell, taste, or sound. Really, in the presence of Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, the deities can manifest and will manifest. These possibilities of extraordinary manifestations of deities, such as the smell of Devi's jasmine flower garland, or the sound of Nataraja's dancing anklets, or the materialization of Guru's prasada of Bhasma, the ash, can happen when these powerful initiations happen as a strong nuclear force in our lives and push us into experiencing the fifth force of reality, conscious reality. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, is the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva. He is here to revive Kailasa, the enlightenment ecosystem of Paramashiva. All the rituals done in Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalaya are personally micromanaged and officiated by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Swamiji. The rituals and homa conducted in Adi Kailasa are micromanaged and personally by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, keeping true to the inspirations and the instructions as per Vedas and Agamas. Further, the rituals are conducted by the third eye awakened disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Arunagiri Yogeshwara eons ago entrusted the Kamik Agama to Brahma and Vishnu to build the magnificent Arunachaleshwara temple, where Swamiji grew up in the modern day. Arunagiri Yogeshwara is our Guru's Guru. He is our Paramaguru. Paramashiva, who happened as a very powerful way in our beloved Swamiji's life. We experience him through the living embodiment of Paramashiva today, and we are so fortunate to have Swamiji as Paramashiva in our lives. Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Brahmotsavam is a celebration where we remember and relive all of the glories, leelas, and manifestations of Paramashiva. We celebrate Paramashiva as the Panchakritya Karayana. The one of all the Brahmotsavam rituals are literally 4D prints of the cosmic actions of Paramashiva, which he performs in the cosmos. Shrishti, Sthiti, Samhara, Tirobhava, and Anugraha, the creation, sustenance, destruction, putting into delusion, and liberation. The Dvajarohana ritual in the beginning of the Brahmotsavam is Srishti, creation. The Vrishabhavahana darshan of Paramashiva on the 5th day is Sthiti, sustenance. On the 7th day, the Radhotsavam is the Samhara, the rejuvenation. And finally, the last day, Paramashiva manifests powerfully through the rituals of Bharini and Kartika Deepam and takes us all to Kailasa Padavi in oneness with Paramashiva, showing us and revealing to us all how we are all Paramashiva. We celebrate, participate, and witness these cosmically entangled events, and we can harness the powers of Panchakritya within us. We can manifest Paramashiva in our lives to create the life we want, to remove that which needs to be removed, and to have enlightenment and merge in oneness with Paramashiva. Yesterday, on the first day of the Paramashiva, Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Brahmotsavam, we celebrated Paramashiva gracing on the Adhikaranandi Vahanam. Special rituals and ceremonies were done yesterday. Yesterday we celebrated Paramashiva giving enlightenment to Adhikaranandi, a dear devotee of Paramashiva and the in charge of Kailasa. He is the bull vehicle of the Lord, and he is the greatest servant of Paramashiva. Only with Nandi's permission one can enter Kailasa. On the very first day of the Brahmotsavam, Paramashiva manifests the whole cosmic governance and empowers the whole cosmos. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam says, Nandi can give you the glimpse of a Kailasa. Nandi will bless you with the experience of Kailasa. Your being can wake up to the higher reality and start moving towards Kailasa. Each powerful cognition raises your existence to the vertical time zone. Yesterday actually, special rituals and ceremonies were offered to Adhikaranandi, Paramashiva, and even graces on the Adhikaranandi Vahana on the first day of the Brahmotsavam. The whole Adhikaramala of Kailasa manifested. All the Angadevatas and extensions of Paramashiva form the governing body of Kailasa. Bhagavan says, is he reviving Kailasa, the cosmic governing principles for the nation of Sri Kailasa? We see every day in the satsang, Bhagavan introducing and welcoming all the beings of the Adhikaramala of Kailasa in the satsangs, the Mantreshwaras, Vidyeshwaras, Astreshwaras, Ganeshwaras, and Lokeshwaras. Further, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism says, understand how the governance and ecosystem of Kailasa is existing and functioning. All of you can understudy this and start replicating in every Kailasa. Bhagavan has mapped Kailasa, declaring, I am mapping the Hindu parliament of Kailasa with the 5 avarnas and sabhas of Paramashiva. So we can start manifesting the Kailasa everywhere, because the Kailasa ecosystem makes Kailasa not the land or property. Wherever people gather, the place, the space are manifested and Kailasa happens. In one word, seeing others always with tremendous love, that each of us is Paramashiva, is where Kailasa starts. Whether you hug, love, or ferociously train each other, the core cognition should be seeing each other as Paramashiva. That is where the seed of Kailasa starts. With this, on the first day of the Brahmotsavam, Paramashiva is created the whole cosmos with the Dvajarohana festival and gave the whole Kailasa cosmic governance to the world, which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is reviving today in Sri Kailasa, literally creating the governance. Today is the second day of the Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Brahmotsavam. We celebrate the enlightenment that Paramashiva has given to Indra and all the Devatas and their devotion to Paramashiva as he graces in the Indra Vimanam. Here we can see the darshan of Kailasa in Tiruvannamalai, where the Murti of Periyanagar, Arunachaleshwara, Annamalayar, is gracing and receiving worship, along with the pantheon of deities of Ganapati, Subramanya Swami, Parashakti, Abhida Kushamba, Unnamalayamman, Subramanya Swami, and Chandikeshwara. This is the presiding deity of the Brahmotsavam happening in Tiruvannamalai. He is receiving worship and puja by the Shivacharyas of the temple, who have been keeping the tradition alive for thousands of years.
ॐ शाक्ते नानेन सकलो विज्ञेयो निष्कलः शिवः क्षित्यादिकुटिलाप्रान्त मन्त्रसिंहासनस्थितं शुद्धस्फटिकसङ्काशं द्वात्रिंशल्लक्षणान्वितम् पद्मासनस्थं पञ्चास्यं प्रतिवक्त्रं त्रिलोचनम् विक्रियेच्छा विशालाक्षं ज्ञानचन्द्रकलान्वितं धवलेशानवदनं पीततत्पुरुषाननं तरवक्त्रकं सुश्वेतपश्चिमास्यैकं सद्योजातं समूर्तिकं नागोपवीतिनं शान्तं जटाखण्डेन्दुमण्डितं शक्त्यशीशूलखट्वाङ्ग वरव्यघ्रकराम्बुजं दक्षिणैरथ वामस्थैः डमरुं बीजपूरकं नागाक्षसूत्रनीलाब्ज बिभ्राणपञ्चभिक्करैः दिव्यगन्धानुलिप्ताङ्गं दिव्यपुष्पैरलङ्कृतं हारकङ्कणकेयूरैः मुद्रिताभिरलङ्कृतं सञ्चिन्त्यमूर्तेरुपरि शक्तिमात्राविजृम्भणं बिम्बाकारोपमर्देन भावने बिम्बतां त्यजेत्। ॐ धूरसिधूर्वधूर्वन्तं धूर्वतयोऽस्मान् धूर्वतितं धूर्वजं वजं धूर्वामस्त्वं देवानामसितस्थितमं पप्रितमं जुष्टतमं वह्नितमं देवहूतममर्हितमसि हविर्दानं त्रिगुंहस्त्वमाह्वा मित्रस्य त्वा चक्षुषा प्रेक्षे माभिर्मा संविक्था मा त्वा हि गुंसिषुम् सर्वाभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमो नमः। नित्यानंदेश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिवाय नमः। धूपमाघ्रापयामि। ओम उद्दीप्य स्वजात वेदोपघ्ननिरृतं मम अशोकश्च मह्यमावह जीवनं च दिशो दिशा मानो हि गुंसि जातवेदो गामश्वं पुरुषं जगत् अभिभृदग्न आगहि श्रिया मा परिपातय। सर्वाभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमो नमः। नित्यानंदेश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिवाय नमः। एकार्तिदीपं संदर्शयामि। अथ नैवेद्यम्। ओम अमृते अमृतोद्भवे अमृतवर्षिणी अमृतं श्रावय श्रावय स्वाहा। ओम मधुवाताऋतायते मधुक्षरन्ति सिन्धवः माध्वीर्न सन्तोषधीः मधुनक्तमुतोषधि मधुमत्पार्थिवगुम्रजः मधुद्यौरस्तु नः पिता मधुमान्नो वनस्पतिर्मधुमागुमस्तु सूर्यः माध्वीर्गावो भवन्तु नः मधु मधु मधु। सर्वाभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमो नमः। अमृतं महानैवेद्यं निवेदयामि। सोमो वा एतस्य राज्यमादत्ते यो राजासन् राज्यो वा सोमेन यजते देवसु वा मेधानि हवीगुंसि भवन्ति य एतावन्तो वै देवानागुं सवाः त एवास्मै सवान् प्रयच्छन्ति त एन पुनस्तुवन्ते राज्याय देवसु राजा भवति। न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकं नेमा विद्युतो भाति कुतोऽयमग्निः तमेव भान्तवनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भाता सर्वमिदं विभाति। ओम द्रापे अन्धतस्पते दरिद्रन्नीललोहिता येषां पुरुषाणामेषां पशूनां माभेर्मा रोमो येषां किञ्चनाममते या ते रुद्रशिवा तनोः शिवा विश्वाः भेषजी शिवा रुद्रस्य भेषजी तजानो मृडजीवसे। इमागुं रुद्राय तवसे कपर्दिने क्षयद्वीराय प्रभरामहे मतिं यथा नश्यमसद्विपदे चतुष्पदे विश्वं पुष्टं ग्रामे अस्मिन्ननादुरं दृढानो रुद्रोदनो मजस्कृधि क्षयद्वीराय नमसा विधेमते। यच्छन्तयोश्च मनुराजते पिता तदस्यामतवरुद्रप्रणीतो मानो महान्तमुदमानो अर्भगं मान उक्षन्तमुदमान उक्षितं मानो बधे पितरं मोतमातरं प्रियामानस्तनुवो रुद्ररीरिजः मानस्तोके तनये मान आयुषि मानो गोषु मानो अश्वेषु रीरिजः वीरान्मानो रुद्रभामितो वधीर्हविष्पद्दो नमसा विधेमते आरात्ते गोग्ध उत पूरुशक्ते क्षयत्रीराय सुम्नमस्मेते अस्तु सुहि श्रुतङ्गर्तसदन्युपानं मृगन्न भीममुपहत्नुमुग्रम् क्रीडाचरित्रे रुद्रस्तमानो अन्यन्ते अस्मन्निव वन्तु सेनाः परिणो रुद्रस्य हेतर्वृणक्तु परिद्वेषस्य दुर्मतिरघायोः अवस्थिरा मगवद्भ्यस्तनुष्वमीढ्वस्तोकायतनयाय मृडया मीढुष्टमशिवतमशिवो न सुमना भव सहस्राणि सहस्रधा बाहुवोस्तवहेतयः सा सामीशानो भगवत्पराचीनामुखाकृधि सहस्राणि सहस्रशो ये रुद्रा अधिभूम्याम् येषाकुं सहस्रयोजने वधन्वानि तन्मसि अस्मिन् महत्यर्णवेऽन्तरिक्षे भवाधि ॐ राजाधिराजाय प्रसह्य साहिने नमो वयं वै श्रवणाय कुर्महे समे कामाङ्गामकामाय मह्यं कामेश्वरो वै श्रवणो दधातु कुबेराय वै श्रवणाय महाराजाय नमः ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् यो रुद्र अग्नौ यो अप्सुज औषधीषु यो रुद्रो विश्वा भुवना विवेश तस्मै रुद्राय नमो अस्तु ॐ न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकं नेमा विद्युतो भाति कुतो य भक्तिः तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि सर्वाभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिवाय नमः। सर्वोपचारार्थे सर्वमंगलवाप्यर्थे सर्वापराधक्षमापणार्थे कर्पूरनीराजनं सन्दर्शयामि रक्षान् धारयामि। ॐ शाक्ते नानेन सकलो विज्ञेयो निष्कलः शिवः क्षित्यादिकुटिलाप्रान्त मन्त्रसिंहासनस्थितं शुद्धस्फटिकसङ्काशं द्वात्रिंशल्लक्षणान्वितं पद्मासनस्थं पञ्चास्यं प्रतिवक्त्रं त्रिलोचनं दिक्क्रियेच्छाविशालाक्षं ज्ञानचन्द्रकलान्वितं धवलेशानवदनं पीततत्पुरुषाननं कृष्णाघोरमुखोपेतं रक्ताभोत्तरवक्त्रकं सुश्वेतपश्चिमास्यैकं सद्योजातं समूर्तिकं नागोपवीतिनं शान्तं जटाखण्डेन्दुमण्डितं शक्त्यसीशूलखट्वाङ्ग वरव्यघ्रकराम्बुजं दक्षिणैरथ वामस्थै डमरुं बीजपूरकं नागाक्षसूत्रनीलाब्ज बिभ्राणपञ्चभिक्करैः दिव्यगन्धानुलिप्ताङ्गं दिव्यपुष्पैरलङ्कृतं हारकङ्कणकेयूरैः मुद्रिताभिरलङ्कृतं सञ्चिन्त्य मूर्तेरुपरि शक्तिमात्रा विजृम्भणं लिङ्गाकारोपमर्देन भावने लिङ्गतां त्यजेत्। ॐ धूरसिधूर्वधूर्वन्तं धूर्वतयोऽस्मान् धूर्वतितं धूर्वजं वजं धूर्वामस्त्वं देवानामसितस्थितमं वप्रितमं दुष्टतमं मह्नितमं देवहूतममर्हतमसि हवित्तानं त्रिगुंहस्त्वमाह्वा मित्रस्य त्वा चक्षुषा प्रेक्षे माभिर्मा संविक्था मा त्वा हि गुंसिजम्। धूपमाघ्रापयामि। ॐ साज्यं त्रिवर्तिसंयुक्तं वह्निना योजितं मया ग्रहाणमङ्गलं दीपं त्रैलोक्यतिमिरावहम् उद्दीप्य स्वजातवेदोपघ्नन्निरृतं मम अशोकश्च मह्यमावह जीवनं च दिशो दिश मानो हि गुंसीज्जातवेदो गामश्वं पुरुषं जगते अभिभ्रदग्धागहि श्रिया मा परिपादय। श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवाय नमः। अमृतं महानैवेद्यं निवेदयामि। ॐ अमृते अमृतोद्भवे अमृतवर्षिणीम् अमृतं श्रावय श्रावय स्वाहा। ॐ मधुवातारतायते मधुक्षरन्ति सिन्धवः माध्वीर्नस्तन्तोषधीः मधुनक्तमुतोषसि मधुमत्पार्थिवगुम्रजः मधुद्यौरस्तु नः पिता मधुमान्नो वनस्पतिर्मधुमागुमस्तु सूर्यः माध्वीर्गावो भवन्तु नः माधु माधु माधु। श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवाय नमः। अमृतं महानैवेद्यं निवेदयामि। ॐ व्योमव्योमाय विद्महे सूक्ष्मसूक्ष्माय धीमहि तन्नः सूक्ष्मः प्रचोदयात् तन्महेशाय विद्महे वाग्विशुद्धाय धीमहि तन्नः शिवः प्रचोदयात् तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्रः प्रचोदयात्। कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवाय नमः। सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः। कर्पूर नीराजनं सन्दर्शयामि रक्षान् धारयामि। बृहत्तामक्षत्रभृद्वृद्धवृष्टियं त्रिष्टुभौजशुभितमुग्रवीरम् इन्द्रस्तोमेन पञ्चदशेन मध्यमितं वातेन सगरेण रक्षान् धारयामि। मङ्गलं कल्पवृक्षाय मङ्गलं ज्ञानदायिने सदाशिवाय श्रीनित्यानन्देश्वराय मङ्गलं मङ्गलं श्रीविद्याम्बायै मङ्गलं कामदायिन्यै सर्वमङ्गलदात्री नित्यानन्देश्वर्यै मङ्गलं मङ्गलं गुरुदेवाय मोक्षमूलाय मङ्गलं परावतार नित्यानन्दाय गुरवे मङ्गलम्
உருவாகி ஆனந்தம் தனை மூட்டி அவனியில் அவலங்கள் ஆழ்ந்துயர் தனை நீக்கி ஆனந்தமாகிட வந்த நித்யானந்தனே அவனியில் அவலங்கள் ஆழ்த்துயர் தனை நீக்கி ஆனந்தமாகிட வந்த நித்யானந்தனே ஆனந்தனே நித்யானந்தனே ஆனந்தனே நித்யானந்தனே நித்யானந்தனே நித்யானந்தனே
ஜீவனை சிவமாக்கி சித்திகள் பல தந்து வேதனை தனி நீக்கி ஆனந்தம் அதை தந்து ஜீவனை சிவமாக்கி சித்திகள் பல தந்து வேதனை தனி நீக்கி ஆனந்தம் அதை தந்து சக்தியும் யுக்தியும் புத்தியும் தந்திடவே சக்தியும் யுக்தி
नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् 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 नित्यानन्द I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes.
नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is power manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself explaining what is power manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you, due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you, out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing, manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, playing with life, playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained what is power manifestation. Everything decides as you want. You become the culprit through. You are consciousness. Paramashiva is real, becomes your reality. It's a science because millions have experienced that and each one of us can experience that. Science of power manifestation is authentic, time-tested, scientific and foolproof. The pramanas, the evidences to give us the cognitive shift beyond the mind, the logical mind, to experience the superconscious reality. The power of depth dimension moving the object further from you. The pramanas, the evidences, Shastra pramana, scriptural evidences. The eternal unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Vedas and the Agamas. Apta pramana, the experience and the results of aptas. Aptas are the rishis, munis, ganas, nainamas, alvars, siddhas, emperors, grahasthas. All of them are authority of Hinduism who have manifested all the powers of Paramashiva. Atma Pramana, account of His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatars, personal experience of power manifestation, Bhagavan's very own Leela to show us how a cognitive shift can give us the superconscious breakthrough as living as special species on planet Earth. Shakshi Pramana, the experience of the millions of devotees, disciple, followers initiated by Bhagavan into the science of power manifestation, manifesting all the powers of Paramashiva, which is authentic, time-tested, scientific and foolproof. Bhagavan beautifully says, whoever comes to the Kailash courtyard He himself is more present than all of us, manifesting through each one of us when we experience the oneness with him. Pratyaksha Pramana, the scientific study measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Avatar Shastra clearly documents how these power manifestations reflect in our brain as superconscious space and how the prefrontal cortex becomes so prominent. The third eye starts functioning with a higher reality, creating more auspiciousness, abundance, bliss, healing, and much more. Bhagavan beautifully has given the pramanas for us to have the cognitive shift. Let's go to the Shastra Pramana. Shastra Pramana for the power of depth dimension is from Shiva Sutra, Sutra 1.16.
शुद्धतत्त्वसन्धानाद्वा अपशुशक्तिः शुद्धतत्त्वसन्धानाद्वा अपशुशक्तिः.
Bhagavan Paramashiva says, by fixing the self and aiming at the pure essence, cognizing from the depth of one's being, that all that exists is Paramashiva, the pure essence, Suddha Tattva, and attaining, uniting with that pure essence and essential reality, Paramashiva, he experienced Paramashiva and manifests Paramashiva's infinite power. We become infinity. Right now, what we understand as the materialistic world, the objective world, as long as we are caught in the objective world and we think all our experiences from the object, we are deluded, Bhagavan says. The more you start witnessing the awareness of that which we experience in each of these objects, we can experience the Paramashiva space. Awareness on whatever we are experiencing, witnessing on whatever we are experiencing, make it subject. Who's that who's experiencing? We become more aware of the higher consciousness, manifesting abundance, health, bliss, and much more. Beautifully, when Arjuna asked Krishna, who is the most devotee of you? And he expected Krishna to say, oh Arjuna, it is only you. But Krishna said, come, I'll take you to a kingdom. He took him to a kingdom where there was a king, queen, and a little boy. And they served him very well. And after they ate, Krishna sat down and said to the father, can you bring a sword? I want you to cut your child and give the right half to me. And the child should sit on the mother's lap and the mother should hold, and also the child should not cry. And Arjuna was shocked because he has never heard Krishna speak like this. He is the most compassionate being. And to the great surprise, the father did not have a second thought. He took the sword and came, and the mother held the child in her lap. And the child so beautifully was relaxed in the mother's lap. But suddenly from the left eye of the child, the tears started rolling down. Immediately Krishna said, stop this. I told very clearly that the father should cut the child and the mother should hold the child and the child should not cry. Why is he crying? Beautifully the child gets up and says to Krishna, I don't know what sin I have made that you are not accepting me fully. You want only my right half. For every action, I was only in the space of Krishna Arpanam, everything to Krishna's lotus feet. And I was living in such the Guru Bhakti. What did I miss? Simply, Arjuna's tears rolled by and he was filled with such a bliss that how a child is not thinking about fathers even cutting him, but he's feeling that something he has not done fully right, that Krishna is not accepting him fully. Such a beautiful space, even at the worst situation of life, you're ready to surrender at the Guru's lotus feet. The Paramashiva in you is more powerful than anything else that matter in the outer world. When you are in the space of oneness with Paramashiva, which is actually happening even now. Recognizing that space is all Bhagavan says here, is all that exists is Paramashiva. It's not you're going to recognize and something is going to new happen. It is already Paramashiva, the pure essence, Suddha Tattva. Who you are is the pure essence. The sun is already there. The clouds cannot close the sun. Because the sun is there, the clouds are seen. Because the moonlight is there, there is a dent we can see in the moon. If there is no moon day, we cannot see the dent. So the light that you are, Paramashiva, is the reason why you see all these ups and downs happening in your life. But the ups and downs, the incompletion, frustration is not you. You are Paramashiva, and that's what it says, attaining and uniting with the pure essence and essential reality. Paramashiva, the experience, he experienced Paramashiva and manifests Paramashiva's infinite space. The minute the mind is ready to understand Paramashiva is more real than you, than your outer world, simply you wake up to the reality that you are Paramashiva. Beautifully, Bhagavan gives the Apta Pramana from Srimad Bhagavatam, where Krishna got the tree from Krishna bringing the Parijata tree from the Indraloka for Satyabhama. The Parijata tree was got from the churning of the ocean, and Satyabhama wanted that tree from Indraloka, but his wife was refused, and then Krishna fought with them and won and got the tree for her. It is from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4. All these great possibilities, not just move an object in front of you, but you can move the object just beyond that, even from Loka to Loka. How Prahlada was able to, just in a jiffy, he was able to make the whole pillar pregnant, and avatar happens immediately. It's not born and avatar manifest. Immediately from the pillar that he points, avatar happened. Simply you can move anything when you know you are consciousness. You are more powerful than the nuclear power. Again and again restoring your space, powerful space, is the Paramashiva in you, manifesting as reality. Paramashiva in all of us is higher than what we perceive as the outer world. Bhagavan in the Atma Pramana gives us the cognitive shift, how even the small object and how he was in detail and manifesting the reality.
For me, and I myself sat with that carpenter and helped him, assisted him, and that cleaned his patre and did all the physical labor and supported and did little work along with him, and took that padaka and offered at his feet, and he blessed it. Still we have that padaka, it is there with us. This 9 rupee I'll go and ask my grandfather. He will not ask the second word. In those days, kids are not given so much money. Even though family is rich, kids will not be given money. Only nowadays you have all this stupid packet money, jacket money and all that. In those days, first of all, packet was not there. Where is packet money? And villages, they don't give so much money and all. But he will not ask me second word. He will look at the cashier. There will be one cashier who is also his partner. He literally brought him up and he will look at him. And that fellow will count that 9 rupee for 2 hours. 2 hours I have to be standing there. This fellow will rub. See, if it is a note, you rub and find out whether it is 1 or 2, I understand. Coin, 1 rupee coin, he will rub. Almost the coin will lose that 1 rupee sign itself on that coin. And he will rub this side, that side, turn, only one. Then next 1 rupee. And I'll be standing and, because I do not know whether my grandfather said yes or no. I requested him and he silently writing and only showed the eyes sign to this cashier fellow and he is arranging. And my grandfather had a habit that all these local temples, festivals, functions, anybody comes, he has that standard thing. For this organization, 10 rupee, for this group, 20 rupee, for this group, 7 rupee, like this. So this cashier will only will keep that heaps and keep. I do not know whether that fellow is keeping the heap for those groups or he is keeping the heap for me. I don't know. Only when it reaches the number, I said, I will know, it is for me only. The heap is getting collected for me only. Till then I have to be standing with that anxiety, that fool. And he will count. Only when it reaches the 9th rupee is put on it, and he will call my grandfather absolute free cashier. If I ask for 9 rupee, it will always be 50 rupee. And he will never give any change and all, and he will never ask for the return change. But he is a reserve Brahmotsavam. If nothing works, if I am not able to see my grandfather, if he is not there, if nothing works, I will touch the Brahmotsavam. Till then I will not touch. My father is like my reserve cash, so I will not touch him. And he is such Bolenatha, and I tell you, never he will ask the money back. Even if he tells me to go and buy something in the shop, he will never take the remaining change. But my grandfather is very clean on accounts, and he never said no, but he will never give anything extra. And very clear. The word, that principle I learned from him only. We have enough to spend, not a penny to waste. We have enough to live, not penny to waste. I learned from my grandfather. It's from him.
Beautifully, Bhagavan gives us how the cognitive shift makes him such beautiful space that he always wanted to do something for Arunagiri Yogeshwara. He made a paduka, and he says so beautifully how he waited and manifested that. Here in Shakshi Pramana, you can see how they moved a small pen across the silicon. You can keep the silicon like this. It has to be flat. It should not be on a slant or anything. It should be clearly seen. And you can see how it was in the corner and it moved to the center. Beautifully, from the corner, it has moved to the center of the silicon. All we need to do is, you can have any object, you can have the deity, you can have a pen or pencil which does not roll but which can move, and clearly we can see the movement. If you have Atmalinga and you want to move it, it's beautiful, but make sure it's not slanted, that it's not rolling over. And if you have the Jnanajan, you can, in your Kantamala, you can apply in your third eye and your temples. You can have, clearly if you're doing it on your hand, you can put a tape and so that it is flat and it's not some slant. If you can do it on the silicon, on any of your cell phone, your tab, anything is fine, but make sure it's completely flat. There is no slope in it. Let's do it authentically so that there is no self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred in us happening due to the power manifestation. It's completely consciousness. Sit straight with your head, neck and spine in a straight line and bring Paramashiva. We had such a beautiful darshan of Paramashiva. Bring Paramashiva into your third eye and completely unclutch from everything that you know as you. How when you leave, something leaves you, you lose something, you feel the emptiness. When you unclutch completely, you feel that emptiness, but that is the space of witnessing that again and again, and you will recognize Paramashiva, Parashakti, filling it and manifesting the powers of Paramashiva. How the flute in the hands of Krishna, it said two things. One, I surrendered everything so that he could cut me from the tree and make a flute. Second, I became completely empty, that when Krishna blows in me, I become music. All that we need to do is unclutch from everything that we have, any label, any tags that we carry from the outer world, and complete completion, that everything we are experiencing, the perception that we are having is a dream, and wake up to the reality that I am Paramashiva. Sit as Paramashiva, Parashakti, with 25 heads and 75 eyes. completely in oneness with Paramashiva, and 50 hands with all the Ayuda, so powerful, so alive, and experience the oneness, entangling with Bhagavan in the oneness capsule and intensely chanting the Mahavakya with the deep listening. The deep listening is the key for manifestation. Now, for a few minutes, collective integrity all over the world, all of us, let's sit and chant the Mahavakya from the navel center, the whole being vibrating with that, with a deep listening. How you get into the deep sleep. Every night you feel that deep sleep and you feel that empty space. It is not empty, but it is you have such a bliss when you enter the deep sleep and you never get bored. Even if you have to do for 1 more hour, you're very happy. So your blissful space you can enter when you consciously use your mind to become the awareness, witnessing that space when you unclutch completely from this world. Now, beautifully get into that Nirvikalpa Samadhi, soft nuclear force, Bhagavan says, when the initiation happens, and you'll start recognizing Paramashiva is real, consciousness is real as your own reality. Now let's chant the Mahavakya with a deep listening, manifesting the power of the depth, the dimension, moving the object on silicon or on the ground.
Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amritapur, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amritapur, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva.
So beautiful. Whatever now you have experienced, open your eyes and take a picture. If it has moved even a centimeter, all that Bhagavan is showing us again and again. We do not require ourselves for our life, Bhagavan says. No need of thinking, no need of decision for life. Paramashiva fills in, he will manifest through us each and everything as the greatest reality. How the flute just was completely empty, ready to surrender, hold only Paramashiva as the ultimate space. If you hold the same space, unclutching from everything, what you are experiencing. Bhagavan beautifully says, Ramana Maharshi says, that what is that which was there before you were born? What is that which was there after you die? And what is there during the deep sleep? Those are the eternal who you are. That is why in science they say that you can never get a dream of you dying because it is not a possibility in you. You are eternal. That proves it that you are eternal. That is why you cannot, how much ever people convince you, you will be dead, and how much ever you see the death, you don't feel yourself you're going to be dying because of you are eternal. Only this body, the mind, dies. There is no death for you. As you are young, Bhagavan says, when you are a young child, that body is gone, that is dead. You are no longer crawling and you're not crying like a baby because now you are a different body that you carry. It's like we buy different cars at different stages of our life. And you use this body, but the body itself is not you. You don't use it in deep sleep nor in the dream state. Your body is lying on the bed, but you are somewhere else because you are eternal, and that is the truth. And that is the Paramashiva in you who's manifesting such complicated system to run your body. But moving this object outside your body is something you are not perceiving it. If you cognize that Paramashiva is functioning such complicated things in our body, is the same Paramashiva who is going to move the object. And if you cognize it, it simply becomes reality. Your perception is your reality. You have perceived and cognized that you know numbers, you know letters, you can study, you can read. Same way you can walk, which is so complicated, muscular system, your skeleton system, neurological system, all that has to function and coordinate. For moving an object outside you, nothing has to coordinate except just your power of will. And it's such a simple task, Bhagavan says. All you need to do is empty yourself and simply see Paramashiva happening in you. You are not the doer and you don't have to do anything. That is the greatest news Bhagavan gives us. All we need to do is celebrate Paramashiva in a space, enjoying, surrendering in deep gratitude and earning Paramashiva to become more and more real in us. Simply whatever we need in the outer world starts manifesting exactly the way we want it. Now, this is a small exercise for us to understand this greater science. Let's all of us collectively now chant the Mahavakya a few more minutes and experience the oneness with Paramashiva, manifesting Paramashiva as our reality. More and more raising our frequency beyond this materialistic body into the consciousness. Paramashiva is real. Consciousness is real. Now let's sit straight with the head, neck and spine in a straight line. Put away your gadgets. Place the object on a flat surface or on silicon. If it is on silicon, make sure the silicon is completely switched off. You can take a picture of the first position, and once it moves, you can take another picture and post it for everybody at the end of the session. Let's start chanting from the navel center with a deep listening to manifest the power of depth dimension.
Overflow, manifest the powers in all our third activities. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Beautiful. Please open your eyes and take a picture of the object. And please go ahead, share it in tinyurl.com/powermanifestation. And thank Bhagavan for all the auspiciousness, abundance, bliss, and blessings, initiation, and power manifestation, powerful cognitions. Such great things that Bhagavan is downloading for each one of us is the greatest science that He's giving to the humanity, greatest gift that He's giving. So thank Bhagavan for all this. And why do I need to enrich? When I enrich the world, I am pulling myself out of the Maya matrix. I am already in a program and only I can get out when I decide to enrich the world. Go on enriching the world, all the powerful cognition, power manifestation, initiation, how your life has evolved. Every single day, make a post and share it with your friends and family. And simply you'll see how many people viewing it, commenting it, simply says how many are earning for it. You will simply understand how the enriching really pulls you out of delusion, out of this Maya matrix where you say, this is not happening, that is not happening. Once you start enriching, you pull yourself out of delusion. Simply everything will fall in place. Everything will happen as you want. That is what is causing. Extreme manifestation is extreme causing, Bhagavan says. Causing is nothing but liberating that yourself into the space of oneness with Paramashiva. All the Panchakritya that we experience is enriching and causing, is pulling us out of delusion and experiencing the liberation. That is what is enriching and causing. So don't forget to just even one line, post it and share others' post and like others' post also in Kailash Courtyard Manifesting Power page. You can see how it transforms your life. And if you see the dollar sign, you can contribute to Kailasha for all that they are showering on all of us, and thanking people for all the contribution. And more, we can see more people contributing. When you contribute, you build the Kailasha in your inner space. The more and more you build the Kailasha in your inner space, you become Kailasha. You don't go to Kailasha, you become Kailasha. Bhagavan says, you are raised to the level of Kailasha, you experience Kailasha. And Paramashiva is real. So with that deep gratitude and thanking Bhagavan, thanking all of you all over the world, manifesting the powerful cognition, power manifestation, collective consciousness, and such a beautiful space. Thank you so much for holding Paramashiva is real. With the deep gratitude and seeking Paramashiva as my word, thought and action, and seeing everyone as Paramashiva as my reality, holding the powerful cognition, ending the session with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nityananda Paramashivam Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you so much. See you after the next darshan or satsang in Kailash Courtyard Manifesting Power session.